Welcome back, and on this interactive segment, as I had mentioned earlier, we are looking at FGM. Tomorrow we will be commemorating International Day for Zero Tolerance Against FGM. We're talking about female genital mutilation, and joining me on set very quickly is Teresa Otieno, Kenya Big Dreams Program Director at World Vision Kenya. Karibu sana, Teresa.
Asante.
Now, very quickly, what is the current prevalence and of FGM in the country? What specific regions are we looking at who are quite notorious? I know my community is still having some issues and some cases in regards to the same.
Yeah, nationally, the prevalence is at 15%, but you realize that we have counties that are so notorious when it comes to FGM, and especially for the counties that we are covering under World Vision and under the Big Dream program, you realize that the average is at 45%, meaning that some counties are even above 60%, like West Pokot and even likes of Turkana County.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And beyond the physical harm, it's good to understand that it's the psychological, the social harm as well. Maybe you can elaborate to our viewers beyond the physical harm, the impacts on the girls and women who undergo FGM.
Yeah, first, FGM is partial or total removal of the female genitalia, and this is actually not acceptable. It's a human rights violation, and apart from the physical harm that it causes to a woman or a girl, you realize that there are also some psychological trauma that it causes to a girl, and also health-related issues. And that's the reason why you will find that there are immediate effects and long-term effects that this girl will continue to live with for the rest of her life. Like for the immediate effect, we'll realize that girls experience a lot of pain after undergoing FGM, and apart from pain, they also have a lot of psychological issues because most of the time they are forced, and even the materials that they use to do this practice, the knives, the razors are not sterilized, and so in most cases it causes infection, and again making the girl really to have pain when urinating. So those are the immediate effects, including really a lot of bleeding during such processes, and that's why sometimes you hear of stories where a girl has passed on because of undergoing FGM. Apart from that, for the long-term effects, we are having girls having complications during giving birth, and also it also reduces the chances of a child surviving for a girl who has undergone FGM. And so that's why as an organization and as well we are really emphasizing the need of really coming to a stop when it comes to FGM issues, so that we can give our girls equal chance to education, and also just for them to be able to have their right. Yeah.
And as World Vision, which programs or what exactly are you doing in these programs? Because I know at the end of the day, even when we decide to rope in men, especially men, and from communities where you find that there are some ladies who cannot be married until they have undergone this. What is the role of men, and what is World Vision doing in some of these programs to ensure that we do away with FGM in totality?
Yeah, of course, as World Vision, we have various programs, and honestly, we have invested much when it comes to addressing FGM in the counties, especially the northern region counties, because it's where we are having really high prevalence of FGM. So in terms of engaging men and boys, we have done that. We do a lot of sensitization in school. We work very closely with partners to ensure that we put the men and the boys at the center of addressing FGM, because in most cases, for instance, counties like West Pokot, Marsabit or Migori, most of the girls whom, if the community has realized that the girl has not undergone FGM, then they are not willing to marry the girl off. So they consider the girl as a child. And so these are the issues that really make us see the importance of engaging the men and the boys, so that even as they reach that age of marrying, they can see even the uncircumcised girls as normal, as we try as much as possible to do away with FGM within the community. We are living in a patriarchal society, and being a patriarchal, you realize that within the community engagement, men are listened to more. And so if the way we continue to engaging them is through the forums, through the barazas, through engaging with our stakeholders, communities, fathers within the households, so that as they communicate with their family at family level or even at the community level, then it's easily picked up, unlike where they're being left behind. So men are really key in terms of addressing FGM in the localities that we're working in.
In as much as we are trying to address FGM, there are also other panya routes, let me call them panya routes, being used, where you find somebody is from Kenya, but crosses the border. It's done there in Uganda or Tanzania, or vice versa, from Uganda, Tanzania, coming to Kenya to do the FGM and then go back. How can we address this to ensure that we keep our girls and our women safe?
Yeah, of course, Ben, that is a reality, especially a scenario of Migori whereby we are having the border, Kenya and Tanzania, and both of them are Koreans, and so it becomes a challenge to address. But one of the things that as World Vision we have done is a lot of sensitization in the community and a lot of engagement of the elders within the community so that they can see the effects that they are causing when they are doing the FGM to these young girls. And also, we have also really strengthened the policy engagement with the county government so that we can be able to put the perpetrators on book. And apart from that, we have also done a lot of engagement with the parents and also with the clan elders, because the clans overlap to Uganda, and you realize that once they communicate something, then it becomes hard to address. And so continuous engagement of clan elders, ensuring that we are working with the media so that they are aware of the laws and the effects of FGM. Apart from that, also the fact that if it is done, then the perpetrators are put on book is very much important. So we continue to emphasize and engage the government and the county government so that the perpetrators are put on book, but apart from that, they are aware and engage in other economic activities that are more productive and not really using FGM as a way of earning income.
The cross-border FGM is a new challenge. There's also a new challenge where we are finding it, and actually I've seen documentary on social media in regards to people who are doing it in hospitals and clinics. And it is sad to note that it is actually in one of the developed countries, named with health, but the same issues we are experiencing it here in Kenya.
Yeah, that is very true. We are equally experiencing the same in Kenya, and that's why the sensitization not only targets the illiterate, but also the literate, because you realize that even there are still some parents or some communities whom even after going through education, they still believe that the culture sticks. A girl must undergo FGM, and that's why we continue as well with Vision. We continue to ensure that even we target the literate so that they can be able to support us in ensuring that we put a stop to FGM in these localities.
Teresa, I'm quite sure you've noted churches, communities who are having alternative rites of passage for both boys and girls, and this is something that maybe you have you are working on as World Vision. Which are some of these programs that you're doing for alternative rites of passage? Okay,
as World Vision, we also pioneering alternative rite of passage in all the counties that we are working in, and it has really proven to work. Alternative rite of passage, whereby we take girls and boys through mentorship, 1 week mentorship, they graduate, and you realize that through this approach, most of the girls have been able to be aware of their rights, and they know where to run to when things becomes hard or when they are forced into issues of FGM. Apart from that, we have had a lot of psychosocial support, because these girls also go through trauma. There are some who are forced to undergo FGM, and so we can't say that those who have undergone through FGM, they are left out. No, we take them through counseling, because we are working with various organizations at the grassroots level, so that the girl remains safe and is able to access education and to continue with the education.
Thank you so much. That was my next question, because I wanted to know, how are you rehabilitating already? There are ladies who have been rescued just moments before undergoing that. There are some who have been rescued just after they have undergone this, and those who are rescued, those who haven't undergone the FGM. How are you reintegrating them back?
Yeah, one that we normally use to approach first is to prevention, ensuring that we try as much as possible to protect the girls from FGM, but also the protection that comes in case such a thing has happened. Maybe we get to know it and probably later. Mm-hmm. So in such cases whereby they do it so much in privacy, we try as much as possible to rescue the girl, because one of the things that happens is even after the girl has undergone through FGM, there are factors that also really put the girl at danger, including the forced defilement to test whether the girl is ready for marriage. So those processes, the forced defilement and also the marriage, actualization of the marriage itself, we try as much as possible as World Vision to ensure that in case the FGM has happened, then how can we really prevent the girl from being defiled and also being married off? So we are working with the community-based organization whereby we are having rescue centers in collaboration with the communities, so that these girls are rescued. In case there are issues that are linked to health, we address them so that at least we prevent them from being married off, because when they are married off, then it means that they are not able to continue with their education. So we mainly emphasize on prevention of FGM and also ensuring that we provide protection services to the survivors so that they can be able to cope with life, but again, just working within the journey to realize hope in life.
And because we are celebrating International Day for Zero Tolerance against FGM, what should we expect? What are some of the programs that we can expect? And what have you lined up as World Vision, because you're on the forefront to ensure that we achieve this number, which is zero?
Yeah, of course, we are really celebrating the day, and we are really acknowledging that it's important to have such days, because recognizing that a lot of girls really go through a lot of pain by force is so heartbreaking. And so as World Vision, we are going to join other organizations, including government, in various counties, in Meru, in West Pokot, in Narok, to just have our minds together, talk about FGM, effects of FGM, and also just sensitize the community, use this platform to sensitize the community, and to advocate for organizations to come together towards addressing this vice, because we believe that we can't work in silos. And so just coming together, pulling resources together so that we are able to address various pieces that really contribute to FGM. And so by having this day, we know that it's actually going to strengthen our working with communities, our working with other organizations, so that we bring FGM to a stop.
And my final question, and also your closing statements in regards to how we are doing as a country, and especially compared to our regional brothers and sisters, Tanzania, Uganda, Somalia. How are we doing as a region?
I'd say that we are doing averagely well, not yet there, because you realize that this is a cultural issue, and addressing it requires good political will. Addressing it requires support, including budgetary allocation at the county government. And so, of course, we are there, but we still require political will, so that the politicians should look at it as a violation of human rights, but not sort of pushing for it or avoiding talking about it because it will mess up their votes. So just coming out strongly and saying to the community, this is a violation of human rights, and so we need to stop it, regardless of what will happen later. Yeah.
And there's a conversation that we can have for quite a while. Unfortunately, we're out of time, because we also need to look at how the laws that we have put, how can we enforce them? Because at the end of the day, we have very good laws, but unfortunately, when it comes to enforcement of these laws, it becomes a big challenge. Anyway, thank you so much, Teresa Otieno, who is the Program Director, Kenya Big Dream Program at the World Vision Kenya. We are looking at zero tolerance to FGM. That day we are commemorating it, International Day, tomorrow.